Human rights underfunded, undermined, under attack, and yet powerful, undeterred, mobilizing. This year, no doubt, has been a difficult one, and one full of dangerous contradictions. Funding for human rights has been slashed, while anti-rights movements are increasingly well-funded. Profits for the arms industry are soaring, while funding for humanitarian aid and grassroots civil society plummets. Those defending rights and justice are attacked, sanctioned, and hauled before courts, even as those ordering the commission of atrocity crimes continue to enjoy impunity. Diversity, equity, and inclusion policies that were adopted to address historical and structural injustices are being vilified as unjust. But the pushback on human rights is facing pushback from a groundswell of human rights activism. In Nepal, Serbia, Madagascar, Kenya, Bangladesh, Ecuador, Paraguay, the Philippines, Indonesia, Tanzania, Morocco, Peru, and beyond, mostly young people have taken to the streets and to social media against inequalities, against corruption or repression, in favor of freedom of expression and for their everyday essentials, and in particular their rights. People across the world have also been protesting against war and injustice and demanding climate action in places far from home, expressing solidarity and pressuring their governments to take action. I urge governments around the world to harness the energy of these social movements into opportunities for broader transformational reforms, rather than rushing to suppress them or label them as extremist threats to national security. They are, in fact, the exact opposite of threats to national security. We are in survival mode, and I was in Brussels yesterday during a meeting with human rights defenders, and all of them, all the human rights defenders from around the world, told me how dire their situation is. My office has had about $90 million less than we needed this year, which means around 300 jobs have been lost and essential work has had to be cut, including there is significant money flowing into the anti-rights agenda from funders based in Europe, Russia, and the United States of America. Such massive funding, coupled with media capture and disinformation strategies, have made the anti-rights agenda a powerful cross-regional force. It is imperative that peace deals and ceasefires are secured and implemented in good faith and with full respect for international law, which can never be set aside for political convenience. It is also critical to counter the demonization of and hate-mongering rhetoric against migrants and refugees. In various countries, worryingly, we are seeing violent pushbacks, large-scale raids, arrests and returns without due process, criminalization of migrants and refugees and those who support them, as well as the outsourcing of responsibilities under international law.